My bad.
2019 top 5 jobbers.
Nah.
Right now.
Nah, none of that. We're gonna do top 5. We're gonna do top 5 things AEW shouldn't do if they want to be successful in the Wednesday Night Wars.
But then I heard that you really, really wanted to do top 5 jobbers.
I do not want to do top 5.
Natalia.
I'm good on that.
Number 5.
Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it. But to be the man, you gotta 316 says I just whipped you. We are the generation that eat. You make the rules, and we will. Who is booking this crap? Oh boy. More of that. WWE stands for. The cream of the crop. And there's no one.
I am Mr. Richie Moon, and I'm Kayfabe Ave, and I'm Kayfabe Ave.
Position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream runs to the top.
It's Kayfabe Ave.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And today, we are talking about the top 5 things that AEW shouldn't do.
Shouldn't.
If they want to be successful in the Wednesday Night Wars. Gentlemen, shall we start?
Shall we get the cannons for this war?
Shall we begin?
The Wednesday Night.
The
They
Genesis.
say war, it never changes.
The exception. When did they say that?
It better get solid. That's what he said.
Oh,
That's what he said. He's on his up, down, down shit right now.
My bad.
You gotta like, yeah.
Way
Way over that. Little Gear fans.
All right, so let's start it out. First off, we all are in agreement that the name Dynamite, I mean, AEW Nitro, AEW Dynamite.
But you gotta give it a little bit more suspense. At number 5.
At number 5.
At number 5.
At number 5.
The name Dynamite. I don't like the name. I like Wednesday Night Dynamite. I like the name Wednesday Night
I
Dynamite.
think Wednesday Night Dynamite just has like that smoothness to the name.
Yep.
The real problem with the fact that it's just called Dynamite is people automatically just think Nitro. And it's like an unintentional thing on their part, but, well, I hope it's on their part.
Nitro,
But it just makes me instantly think Nitro. Already the pairing between them and TNT is enough. Turner's behind pushing out the AEW weekly show. So, going with Dynamite, it's Nitro. It's pretty much
WCW.
It's pretty much Nitro. It's WCW. It's TNA.
No, I don't think that. I don't
It's
think
got
that.
from the same cloud.
The name of it feels, because Dynamite, Nitro, TNT, all that stuff. But I like Wednesday Night Dynamite, but just AEW Dynamite, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that name. Definitely not the biggest fan.
I think the AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite just had more flair to it. Like
Had prestige.
It's smooth right off the tongue. Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Yeah.
And now it's AEW Dynamite.
But then again, if they're actually kind of smart, because if they ever move off the Wednesday night day, they should already have Dynamite. So Dynamite could be any day of the week.
You can just trademark another day like they did. They trademarked Tuesday Night Dynamite, couldn't do it because of the NBA, so they did Wednesday Night Dynamite. Do maybe one day Monday Night Dynamite. Who knows? Who knows?
It's probably a minor thing.
It's
probably a minor thing to some people, but I think they need to drift as far away as possible as any kind of branding or resemblance to a WCW of old or a TNA of old, because we don't need those same mistakes.
No.
So the fact that their show kind of resonates with a Nitro, that's why it's number 5.
So the number 4 is the Battle Royal format. I think the Battle Royal format is just kind of I don't like the way they do it. Tennille Dashwood came out in their women's champion inaugural
Well, you gotta
battle
be
royal.
specific, not just battle royal format. The casino battle royal that they put before, on the pre-shows of every pay-per-view so far.
So for those who don't know, I'm gonna just lay out the format real quick.
Yeah.
It is 4 groups of 5, and then there's one lucky card out there because it's always based around like casino, the Joker. And what the problem with that is the format is cool because, like you said earlier, it gets like the rumble of it like over quicker and gets everybody out faster. But you miss people that come out like Tennille Dashwood came out. She was getting you wouldn't even notice that.
You had Jazz coming fresh out of leaving NWA.
You know what I'm saying?
She joined up with AEW, it seems, and you didn't even realize she was there. I didn't even realize they got eliminated.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Mercedes Martinez.
I mean, she got the Joker. I think she got the Joker.
Mercedes Martinez had a good showing in that spot, but I think the real core problem of the Battle Royal is the fact it's overused at this point. That type of gimmick match should definitely be held for special events, special moments. These are like one way to just, hey, let's throw these 10 people, 15, 20, something people on the show, and it really doesn't mean anything. You're just hurting people out and getting them eliminated as quick as possible. So I think that's the real problem, the overuse of it. It made me feel like this was AEW's version of the Royal Rumble, and they should probably annualize it just like WWE does their own. It's a good gimmick. The rules are pretty straightforward.
I'm not a fan of the rules.
I think it's just overused.
Is it camera cuts, and they don't know how to time the match properly, so that when people are coming out and when people are going over the top rope, it's not in the same time. They need to split those up. You need to have one camera angle looking at the ring, and then that's when everybody's coming out. Then everybody in the ring should know that nobody's getting eliminated at that time because all the cameras are going to be over there.
True.
Yeah.
Couldn't say it.
I personally missed probably 5 to 6 eliminations,
and that's because of what he just said. Because they had the cameras and when people are coming out,
exactly.
they shouldn't have been throwing them out during that time. Should wait till they got down to the ring, then throw out. So it was like,
but but focusing back to the Battle Royal, really, I think it's just an overuse of it, and they just need to tighten it up. Use it once. I don't think it's such a bad thing.
But
also,
mind it being used.
There's no big storyline builds behind these battle royals, which is another problem with it. There's no story to it. It's just, oh, hey, this person at the end is gonna get this opportunity at something else. But going in, there's no feuds in that match at all. So getting people to face each other, it feels meaningless. It just feels like a lumberjack match gone crazy.
Well, my argument to that would be is that AEW is new, so it's just the allure of who's going to be there. So that is like, it's the surprise element who's going to be with the men's and women because it's a new company. Everybody's like, ooh, who's going to be the surprise person? So it's the allure of that. But I understand what you're saying with the story. But like if this was next year's thing and we would do it, and it'd be like, what the F are we doing?
I don't think they should have waited until TV to actually start building most of these stories. I think we should have went into TV trying to see payoffs and new beginnings at the same time.
They should have.
AEW's a year.
I understand what you're saying, but you're
less than a year in, but they're rounding close to that year already. And I feel like with the show, 2 weeks away, a week and a half away, they should have had a lot more going into it.
That's because you're thinking about the perspective of a mark. Like you're not thinking about the perspective of people just seeing it at the same time.
The people, first of all,
never seen AEW ever before. They're just coming in.
The people who are gonna be there and the people who are giving it enough hype to even get on the TV station are the ones that are gonna watch this. It is the marks.
There's gonna be casual. I don't mean mark is a bad way.
But like it is the marks that are watching the product.
And it's definitely not gonna be any.
It's not gonna be the casual viewers. The casual viewers, they are, but they're gonna build after the show.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who've been following BTE, who've been following the Nightmare Family, who've been following the pay-per-views that have come out, it's already about 5 events straight. There's not a lot of story.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of weird because building up to like Firefest and like and Double or Nothing, there was a lot of story. But then remember, like after like Fight for the Fallen, there was like a lot of time between that and All Out.
Yeah,
it was
kind of pointless matchups in between.
Yeah, like they did the Road 2s, but they didn't really build as much as they usually do. Like I know it's kind of weird. I think maybe they're saving it for TV, but like usually they build a lot more on BTE. They do a lot more on the Road 2s, but I noticed lately they haven't been doing that. I think they're
scaling back.
I think they're waiting for TV. That's why, because they have 2 hours live or an hour and 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Why not just save it for TV?
I get that, but I think they should have built more into it. Like, for instance, you started off, first event was Dustin and Cody going against each other.
Mm-hmm.
That build could have paid off in a different way if they wouldn't have put filler in between, and then eventually they gave him the Shawn Spears thing. But we could still have Goldust going into television. Dustin Rose, not Goldust.
Mm-hmm.
We can have Dustin going in with a tag team opportunity for this tournament that's going on. Somebody with a major name on the first show having an opportunity at Gold, and not only that, with his brother, that storyline could have continued paying off instead of just the one-off. Then the tag team one match, and then that story's killed.
That was a 5-star match. Maybe that was.
Where does Dustin stand leading into
he's a legend.
TV?
He's a legend. He don't.
It's true,
I don't think anybody's really looking for
Dustin
to like be the new AEW champion. So I
no,
think
of course not. But these are the people that could carry the new stars and give people like, oh shit, I remember Goldust.
I mean, he is working. He's training. He's probably helping.
Now they're gonna see the person working with Goldust, and they're gonna be like, oh, who's this guy going against Goldust? Oh, he gave a pretty good match. Dustin has nothing to do going in.
Nothing at all.
I mean, I think he's working behind the scenes. I don't think that's okay. It's Dustin. He can pop up whenever he wants.
He's still saying he has a run in him.
Exactly. So he can pop up anytime. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Right. So let's move on to the next one, number 3. The diversity in a look. Now you specifically have an issue with it. I personally like it. I showed it to a casual fan and they like it and they got it immediately. Focus, how do you feel about the look of AEW?
Honestly, I could care less about the look currently because it's an up and coming show. However, I do eventually want to see them bring in different sets for different types of events and venues and such.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can see it when they go to like special places like the venue they did in Jacksonville that is kind of like a little like an amphitheater.
Oh, the Fight for the Fallen,
the amphitheater, yeah.
That was like a passion for Tony Khan.
But that's my thing. I want it to feel special. Right now we have the same exact set for every event so far. We have the TV show starting. We're gonna see this set every single week. Shouldn't it be its own thing and that pay-per-views come and it's themed towards the pay-per-views? Have the old Trons,
100%.
Like back in the days,
100%.
everything themed and geared towards the look of the theme of the pay-per-view. That's what they need. I don't think we should just stay with the staging they got now. I don't mind too much the 2 entrances. That's not really my issue.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, for some reason it gives me Nitro vibes. Like just the production value and the camera angles, everything, like it feels like a WCW production just with a new name, a new brand. And I want them to drift away from that.
Mm.
You know, and if anything, if they're gonna embrace anything from the old, is the fact that there's theme pay-per-views and the staging and the arena changes according to the stadium. Also, with the look, they need to start booking big arenas. If this is really a Wednesday Night War, they're gonna take over by being a road show. Full Sail is gonna be the home of NXT still.
I mean, but
they're on the road.
You
can jump into these big arenas.
Compared to Full Sail, they are doing big arenas. Comparative to Full Sail.
You know,
but at the same time, they also are starting. Yeah, they're selling out, but I think it's smarter. Tony Khan is a numbers guy. He's a strictly numbers guy.
Business.
So all this he's doing is very strategic. So these places, that's why I kind of think, like, of course, we're pissed that they haven't made an announcement about them coming to New York. But at the same time, I think
Do they
Tony
really
Khan
need to go to
is waiting.
Chicago 3 times?
I do not agree with that. Oh gosh, why are you going? Come on, A-Dub. Why? Come on, A-Dub.
And then all the shows that have come out, they're skipping. They're like in the tri-state area, but they're skipping around
maybe
New York.
I don't know why. I mean, if
not only
AAA
that,
can get
look at the
Master
arenas that they're booking. The arenas that they're booking, they're not as big as a MSG or Barclay, but they're not even close in the numbers. They're small arenas, and I think they need to drift away from that. The Khan family have the money, they have the financial backing behind them.
It's about the
Behind
numbers.
It is about the numbers, but you want to come in with a bang, not just in what you're going to give in the match.
Is
The
TNT
overall
not
production.
Is TNT not coming in with the bang? Coming in a lot since.
No,
I mean, why? How is it not?
because I mean, coming out on that station, yes, that's a big thing. Well, the topic for number 3 was production and look. The look has nothing to do with the station it's on.
True.
I'm thinking more on a camera angles.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The quality of the cameras that they're using, the lighting, the quality of the lights, the quality of the pyro,
packages.
the video packages.
it's
Even though I do like
think their video packages.
I do like their video packages. They are more sports style as opposed
Yeah.
to like a cinematic thing that like an acting experience WWE tries to do. They do it more sports style. I like that.
I feel like AEW.
That's one thing I think they have the advantage.
I feel like AEW films their promos and their video packages like WWE does their Chronicles in 24/7s.
Yeah,
Very real, very like this is a real thing, legitimate, and
that's what they're trying to go with as
tough.
far as
They always
AEW's kind of
the look.
brand. That's how they're branding themselves. You know, I like
The
that
real sports
aspect of
presentation.
it.
Yeah,
But you know, my thing is, I want to see these Trons. I want to see.
I would love to see a Tron.
You know, I
Yeah.
want to. The old school look is not that bad, but
We got Pyro. We
We have a lot of
got
technology
Pyro.
now.
Pyro.
We should have these HD, you know, LED screens and whatever they got, 4K, 8K screens. We should have this technology. 14K.
44K.
You know, whatever K. But you know, they should invest.
pay
They
that.
should invest more in that. I think the show should have a great look. They should put a lot of money into the look of the show. If it's the same thing as All Out, the same chandelier entrance,
I'm gonna agree.
I'm
with
gonna
that.
be upset. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be upset
I
because
agree with you on
it's
that.
the first show. I want to see something new, something that's gonna be like, okay, the look and the feel of this episode.
What if
I definitely
instead
tune in
of
next
the
week.
chandelier?
Huh?
What if instead of the chandelier they put a little bit of the bubbly?
A little bit of the bubbly. Oh, it's a better time for a little bit of the bubbly. All right, let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is how they should book their new stars, their upcoming stars. I think they're doing a really good job with MJF. I think Luchasaurus has gotten over like nobody. Who would have believed? 2019, a man and a dinosaur, a jungle boy and a dinosaur getting over a boy and a dinosaur. Like that's
I mean, I agree as far
Fire.
as Luchasaurus. I agree as far as MJF, but my issue is exactly where is everyone else? You
Orange-
have Nightmare Family, you
Orange
have
Cassidy.
BTE. Why aren't these being more utilized to show the other stars? And they do, but it's mostly SCU, MJF, you know, whoever's revolving around the Elite. And my issue is, yes, the Elite are the name that would brought us to this brand and you know to start with, but they need to be spread out throughout the show. The Elite does not need to be the main event. They need to bring these other guys into the main events, let them take over the spots and give more shine to them. We don't want to see the Elite continuously booked in the title picture and everything like that. You know, if AEW hasn't shown its full roster yet, like, you know, you've said in the past and how you've heard, if they have more of a roster that's not revealed yet,
yeah, Cody
I
said they only
completely
showed 40%. Cody said they only showed 40% of their roster.
But right now,
I think a lot of that goes back to waiting for TV.
Let's be honest. Look at All Out. It ended with Hangman Page, the Elite, against Chris Jericho, which is the one true star that they really have that can carry the entire brand. Moxley, I think he can carry it too, but not on the level of a Chris Jericho. Moxley's another story. He's still. Hopefully, he's healthy by TV time. But
yeah, they said he was. He's free wrestling.
All Out had Hangman Page in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Had Bucks in the match before that. Had what was the match before that?
Cody and Shawn Spears. That's 3 back-to-back matches that doesn't bother
with the Elite. It bothers me because the storylines are just revolving around the Elite, and we have TV is gonna be the place to break those stars out, but they had the opportunity to have a head start. You understand? They could have went into the show with people like, I can't wait to see Luchasaurus on a weekly now. I can't wait to see anybody else.
Jack Evans and Helico. Even some of the women. We should have had way more storylines.
Let me ask you this question: Are these people coming up to the Bucks and pitching them ideas? Because we know BTE is like, these guys have been doing this forever. Are these other wrestlers going up to them and asking, yo, I got this idea for BTE.
The Bucks.
I got this.
The Elite should know better than to wait on people to come up to them. That is a WWE issue.
But they signed those people because they signed people that
because
were
they were
like
hungry,
guys like Joey Janela
because they were good wrestlers, and a lot of them were their friends who were held back in indie promotions.
Yeah, and a lot of people are DUI guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's my point. They need to highlight these stars so they can have an advantage with coming in. NXT debuted on USA the other night, had a million views off the jump.
Yeah.
Why? Because they had advantage. They had stars that we were already looking forward to seeing before the show even started. Outside of, Undisputed Era and Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano,
NXT's also been running
another stage.
NXT's also been running at a high level for like the last 3 years, so you can't compare 3 years from January to September.
Let's be real. A lot of these guys are old Ring of Honor guys. A lot of these guys are HOG guys or old Impact guys. These guys have been around. You understand? Most of them have a following. I would say they're breaking out more of like the MJFs and the Jungle Boys, and the Joey Janela's.
They're going into a mainstream wrestling audience. Now they're going to a mainstream wrestling audience.
The Darby Allins, like they need to bring these guys. Focus made a list of a pay-per-view with no Elite or SCU involved, and still managed to pull out a great card. Like, it's possible.
Word.
We need these guys highlighted. We need people outside the Elite. Why? Because we need people to oppose the Elite. Jericho cannot do it by himself. Moxley cannot do it by himself. Pac cannot do it by himself. We don't even know Pac's situation as far as if he's even signed full time.
Tony Khan and spoke about all.
Okay, so
Pac is it.
So that's a good thing, but I feel like they need to start booking.
Now I feel what you're saying, because I didn't even think about people like really opposing the Elite. I didn't really think about
that's my thing.
I didn't really think about people.
Because let's be real.
That's a good point.
When Kenny calls for the Bucks are there. They form a little trio on their own. Cody is probably the only one that looks like he will ever really split. Hangman kind of does his own thing. But for the most part, they're a big-ass group. They take up most of the main event roster.
They take up most of the card. So they need to start focusing on other people. And it's okay if we don't get the Bucks this event. It's okay if we don't get Cody this event.
I don't have an issue with that now. Like I always say, if we're having this same conversation in June, we have a major issue. But for now, personally,
let's go to number 1.
I don't have that. But number 1, I think. All right, hold on. Let me just. AEW. I know you're not, but we got to throw it out there. We're wrestling fans. We got to talk about it. Do not. If you want to be successful, forget the Wednesday Night Wars. If you just want to be successful, period, we know that you can. All you got to do is just do everything that you say you're going to do. But do not. Good God, googly moogly woo, Ric Flair. Do not do WCW and TNA shit. Oh, man, it's such not good shit. It's not good shit. It's not good shit, pal. Not at all, man. So, we don't need Viagra on the pole matches.
We don't need a WWE mention.
We don't need WWE
taking up space on BTE or American Nightmare TV. We don't need that taking up space for talent. We don't need shine thrown on the competition.
We don't need any storylines.
That was WCW's biggest drawback and
always
TNA's
mentioning
too.
them, always competing,
Always mentioning, trying
always
to
worrying
compete.
about what they're doing.
Compete by not competing and focusing on yourselves, making your brand undeniable. That's how you truly compete. Not mentioning Throne Breaker on the, even though it was a cool effect on your first pay-per-view. not making a Throne Breaker a thing. Every BTE has a WWE joke. Stop that shit. Don't come on. Are you gonna get just as bad as Eric Bischoff running down the results on Nitro?
Yep.
Yeah,
come on. Don't do.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Don't do that shit.
You just got to say it.
That also goes hand in hand with our last pick. Don't overbook yourselves. That was an NWO problem.
Facts.
Do not overbook yourselves. Start reaching out for other talent. Start pushing those other talent now. They did a good job with about 2 or 3 people. Where's the rest?
I think also AEW. I think they're leaving up to some people to really put Sammy Guevara has really started to push himself.
He's been pushing himself
because he got his own show. He's pushing. I think it's a part of AEW. They're really like, all right, you're on AEW. You're here. Okay, what are you gonna do with it? Like, look, we're not just because you're here doesn't mean you've arrived. Like, what are you gonna do with it? The ball's in your court. Exactly. Go push yourself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like AEW's like, you got the money, you got the backing, go do it. What are you gonna do?
Yep. Focus on your production.
Word.
Don't jump on every WWE employee that leaves the company.
Facts.
Do not jump on every single person.
I ain't gonna hold
that
you.
That is a WCW mistake.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm not gonna hold you. If there's like a fresh Rusev that's hot out, that fine. Because WWE's like a prison now. Dead ass. It's a prison. That nobody's getting out. So, but if somebody does happen to get out, I ain't gonna hold you. There's a hot Rusev out there.
Not everybody.
I don't know why.
Everybody.
Yeah,
don't pull the trigger. Don't pull the trigger so soon because you also
be picky about it. Be picky
exactly.
About it.
You also don't want to compromise your young talent by bringing in old people from WWE that has WWE recognition. You don't need that. You need new stars.
Right.
Now, you do need big stars to oppose, but that's why we have Impact. That's why we have MLW. Branch out, and find your way.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, AJ, where can they find you?
At Kayfabe _AJ on Instagram.
Focus, where can they find you?
Kayfabe_Focus.
You can find me at Kayfabe Avenue. You can find me at Mr. Richie Moon. With that being said, AEW, that's 5 things you shouldn't do. We know you're not going to do it, but we just had to call you out on it because we wouldn't be right. We criticize the WWE, and you're damn sure right we're going to criticize you. You can always catch us at Kayfabe Ave. Kenny, take us home.
Goodbye. And good night. Bye.
Boom! Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega's
Tanahashi, you old bastard.
Oh.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, you're criticizing AEW.
Oh, you think it was going to happen? Oh.
I'm going to have matches as good as Kota Ibushi.
Oh.